Okay, so it is a steelbook kind of day today. I don't normally do these unboxing videos. I've done a couple in the past, but I normally do these videos if there's a big release to talk about. And in this case, there definitely is, because for the first time ever here in Australia, we have a 4K release for Wes Craven's A Nightmare on Elm Street. And I believe there were only 500 copies of this particular edition made and distributed, or at least there were limited copies. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what I read. And at least according to my memory, I don't think we've ever had a Blu-ray release for this film. Whenever I've gone in store, I've always seen the DVD copy of the franchise. I've never seen any Blu-ray or 4K for as long as I've been on this earth. So I know that there's a Blu-ray that was made a few years ago that was for the UK and the US, but unfortunately us Aussies don't have that luxury of physical media and getting those special releases. But out of all the horror movies in the world, this is the transfer I've been waiting the longest, ever since really I watched A Nightmare on Elm Street for the first time. It became an instant classic to me. Like, that movie is just horror gold, at its finest. Like, that defines horror to me. Like, Freddy Krueger is one of the most iconic characters to ever be portrayed on screen, and Robert Englund is the king of that role. Even as the franchise goes on and you get into the sequels and they get worse and worse with each installment, there's one thing that always stayed consistent, and that was Robert Englund. He was always entertaining. He has charisma, he has range. He was just a phenomenal fit for Freddy, and I don't think he has ever let anybody down. And and then of course you have the king and the master of horror, Wes Craven, who of course has brought us Scream and A Nightmare on Elm Street, Hills Have Eyes, many classics and many scares throughout the years. So I've been waiting a long time for a 4K release for this movie, like to see Freddy Krueger, to see Nancy in high definition with upgraded sound quality. It's just, to me, that's the way to witness this film. Like, this movie is one of the greats, and I watch it every single year, and now I get to enjoy it in 4K, which I'm so looking forward to putting this into my 4K player and being immersed back into that world. So I'm so happy to get into this collector's edition with you in just a minute. So this film comes with an all-new 24-page book, a 2-sided poster, and 6 colorful character cards, which I will open this up in just a second. But let's put Freddy down for a second. And this next movie is Joker, Folie à Deux. I will continue to defend and praise this movie to the day that I die. To anyone that follows me on Twitter or Instagram, I continue to defend this movie, and I will never stop. Like, this was my #1 film of last year. The more and more I watch it, the more information that I pick up. The movie has a lot of rewatchability. Just the very bold move that Todd Phillips took by making it, not a traditional sequel, and taking the musical approach and really, flipping the superhero genre on its head and really presenting a different kind of superhero movie that isn't considered mainstream. I really respected that, and I think this film really benefited from that. So I do have a story to go with Joker, Folie à Deux. So the first time I saw this movie was opening day, and as soon as the movie started playing and you have that little animation sequence, I remember sitting there, being a bit confused, a bit conflicted, being like, this seems like, a very different and weird opening compared to the first movie. And and then just as as the movie went on, I never really attached myself to the music. I didn't really get the story and the point of the movie, and so I was very conflicted with how I felt. I thought that there were things that were good, and I thought there were things that were bad, and I wasn't really sure where I actually sat on the movie. And so I went back and watched it a second time, and I have to tell you guys, I fucking loved it. Like, the second viewing was like, the themes, the point, it was all just crystal clear, and it really made a much better theater going experience to me. And I do want to do a whole video talking about why I do feel that this is to me at least the quintessential superhero film. I love the realistic approach. I love the way that Gotham City is presented in this. I love how you're seeing Gotham's reaction to what Arthur did in the first film, and you're seeing some chaos, and you're seeing the damage that he's actually done to people, both physically and mentally. I really liked the world building in this film. I think that it's shot to absolute perfection. I think the music sequences, people don't have to agree with the music in the film, but we can all agree that the cinematography in Joker 2 is some of the best of last year. Like, the movie looks gorgeous, the color scheme, the color palette. I really dug Todd Phillips' visual storytelling. He doesn't say to the audience what he wants them to hear. The audience has to kind of pick up on certain cues that are going on throughout the movie. So I do want to do a whole video really diving in deep to that. I would love to do a deep analysis one day, on this film. But, the Steelbook, this was a must purchase, a must own on my end. And let me know your thoughts on Joker 2 down in the comment section down below. So now let's get to the man of the hour here, the baby, the 4K release of Wes Craven's A New Nightmare. Let's just go ahead and open this one up, and I will show you guys what's inside it. Yeah, a little bit tricky to open here. Okay, there we go. And there we go. The wrapping is off. So, so there's the back. You have Robert Englund. So yeah, we'll take this off for a second. There we go. Really dig the back cover right there. That's really cool. I really dig the front cover. It's almost like like an old school VHS type look to it. So so really dig that. Now let's go ahead and open up the goodies inside. So this comes with the Steelbook edition. So there's the front cover. I really like this artwork. I like the scratches and all that on it. The color scheme on it, I really dig. So really just love the old school kind of feel to that. So I love it. And then there's the spine. Yeah. And then there's the back cover. And now inside, what do we have here? So we actually have a still from the movie. So it comes with the Blu-ray and the 4K. Yep, there we go. Try and get a good angle for you guys there. So that's from the opening boiling room scene of the movie. So yeah, that is really cool. Like, yeah, I've Steelbooks aren't distributed as much now. It's all just 4K and Blu-ray, just very kind of bland cover art, not a whole lot of creativity with those. So it's really good that when a Steelbook like this comes around, that there's a lot of effort done to the artwork of the film. So, you know, no complaints there. And now we have a certificate here. Okay, so I was wrong. Apparently there's 20, was it? Oh, there's 2,000 copies. 2,000 of these copies, I believe, that were released. So there's just the certificate to say what number I am and, you know, what copy of the film this is. So yeah, you know, so that's pretty cool. And what do we have here? How do we open this up? So yeah, we have like a cool little envelope here. So there's the classical poster for the film, you know, which I just have to say, I miss, you know, 80s posters. You know, there was just something about them. Like, I don't know, yeah, today's posters, yeah, nowhere near look as good as what the 80s were able to pull off with some of their horror movies. Is there anything else in here? No. So this is it. So yeah, we have a little poster here, a two-sided poster. So what's on the poster? So we have the classic original poster with you know, with Nancy in bed and, you know, Freddy's glove you know, over the top of her. You know, I love that poster, love it. And then we have not sure what language that is, but we have a foreign poster of the film. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Looking forward to hanging that up in my room. And then we have some, what were these? Some character cards. So we have Freddy, we have Nancy, we have Johnny Depp's first role ever, and then we have Tina, which, yeah, Tina's death, I love it. And then we have Thompson and Marge. So yeah, that is really cool. Yeah, that is really cool. And there's the back of them, Freddy's glove. So yeah, you know, yeah, that is really cool. Yeah, that is really cool. Now let's put these down for a second. And then we have a booklet here that has like stills from the movie and all that. So there we go. I don't think there's any information about the movie in here, I don't think. Yeah, no, yeah, so yeah, it's just artwork. So yeah, you know, that is really cool. And yeah, that is it for the collector's edition. So yeah, you know, I'm just admiring this steelbook for a second, just because, like, you know, they don't make designs like these, you know, nowadays. Because from what I know, steelbooks cost a lot of money to actually make and distribute. So that's why, you know, we don't get as many of them anymore. So I'm now opening up the Joker 4K steelbook here, which, you know, I bought this movie day one of it coming out on streaming, but then when I heard that there was a steelbook, you know, no, I'm not saying no to that. So, you know, yeah, let's just go ahead and, you know, take the back cover off. So there's the back there. The special features on this thing, you know, are really interesting, actually. You know, it goes into some of the production design, like during the court sequence of the film, you know, some of the artwork that is displayed on the wall. You know, there's a backstory of that, and they explain that in I think it was crafted with class, I think that may have been it. And it goes into the overall production of the film, to designing the sets, to talking about the character changes, and just, yeah, like, it's a really good selection of special features. Unfortunately, there's no commentary. You know, that's one thing I was disappointed about the digital release, is that there was no commentary by Todd Phillips, which, you know, I think that would have been really cool. So, but, you know, hopefully there'll be a release for this film come out in the next couple of years that, you know, that comes with, you know, commentaries from, you know, Joaquin and Lady Gaga and Todd Phillips. But you know, I don't want to get too hopeful there. So here's the glorious steelbook. So there's the front, the back, the spine. So yeah, really cool stuff there. And then inside, you know, I'm really digging the inside of this steelbook. We have like a very classic, you know, black and white image of Joker and Lady Gaga. You know, going back to, like, you know, like old school musicals, you know, that were, you know, in black and white. You know, that black and white era, you know, of cinema. You know, I really like that there. And I think, what song was that? That was the one where they're in front of Hotel Arkham. I'm pretty sure that's what this cover art inside is based on. I'm pretty sure. So, and then we have the 4K and the Blu-ray of Joker Folie à Deux. So, yeah, you know, this is really cool. You know, they didn't come out with a steelbook for the first one when that came out. Now I'm just gonna put back on that little cover art. So, you know, I've always preferred physical. Like, I don't know, I love just going to my shelf and pulling off a movie. I don't like just going for Netflix, and yeah, it's just like, you know, there's no effort, there's no journey there, there's no, you know, getting up, you know, off your couch and actually going to the shelf and being like, what movie do I want to experience here? Because each movie has a different experience, and just, you know, I miss that. You know, physical media is going out. We have to save physical media, guys. So, you know, I'm glad that we still get releases like this. And, you know, I know that Warner Bros and all that, like, they're doing this big, like, steelbook resurgence. You know, while I like that, the prices that they're putting on steelbooks nowadays, you know, for the amount that you actually get in it, it is very lazy to me. You know, I know they recently put on 4K the Never Ending Land, I think it's called, or Never Again Land, or something like that. And they recently put out a steelbook version of that, and it came with, you know, with a bunch of different things. And I saw the price for that was like $120, and I'm just like, shit. Like, you know, the Nightmare on Elm Street was only $80, and, you know, and for what you get for, you know, $80, you know, I'd say, you know, that is justified. You know, it does come with the 4K and the Blu-ray, and, you know, and a cool two-sided poster. So, you know, there's, you know, I feel like there's a price that is justified, and then there's prices that are just overpriced. And, you know, I think that's really what they're doing with the steelbooks here, because physical media is dying out. And so I think, yeah, they're bringing back all these classic movies, and yeah, making big releases out of them and putting like big price tags, and just, you know, it's ridiculous. But, you know, that's for you know, a different video there. So anyways, guys, Nightmare on Elm Street 4K and Joker Folie à Deux. You know, so excited to add these to my collection now. Let me know what you guys think of either of these movies, and did you yourself get a chance to pick up the 4K release of A Nightmare on Elm Street? Let me know all of that and more down in the comment section down below, guys. So until next time, I will see you in the next video.